Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Fernando, I think, is going to be heading to that same fight too. You right? Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Yep, yep, that's the plan. He's here, he's just out of frame. He's setting up a special thing that we have in store for you tonight. Siri just launched. That's pretty funny. Wearing my throwback shirt today to a friend of the show who, unfortunately, because of COVID, the company didn't make it. Frostbite. Remember when we talked about Frostbite boxes all the time? Well, I needed a shirt this morning, and I love their logo, but I dearly miss them. We really like their product. But with that, we have a wonderful show for you tonight. There he is, Mr. Fernando has jumped back in. As some of you know, we recently acquired the amp dyno. It took 7 months to come in. If anyone is interested in buying themselves one, make sure you plan ahead. It does take Tony quite a bit of time to get one of those things built. But it's here, so we're super excited. And this week was really the first week we had any time to do anything with it.
Yeah.
Because we had some cancellations and some rearrangements and...
Not that crazy. We have probably like an hour.
Well, that's all it took. That's all it took.
Like,
yeah.
When you talk about cancellations, it's like, oh.
Yeah, it wasn't like we had 4 hours to sit around with our thumbs up our butt or anything like that. But this was a really stressful week for sure.
Yeah.
Frostbite boxes were really good boxes. I know, man. I really wish that company could have made it through.
Yeah. It's sad, man. It's sad, but
cloudy
cool
and
people.
54. That's nice.
71 here, and it's gonna be 80 something.
I thought it was higher than that right now.
80.
You're just pulling temperatures out of your butt. 220, 221, whatever it takes.
Matter, yeah.
But what we got in store for you tonight is I was talking about amp dyno, and I hope you all had a good week. No, this week was not. A couple hundred of dollars.
The first commercial that they put me.
Oh, right? Oh, yeah, that's the fight. Yeah, that's funny. A couple $100 for the amp dyno. Yeah, it's cheap. Anyways, what we got is we're gonna do a live amp dyno tonight. We have an amplifier set up.
Yeah.
Let me go over here to show you what amplifier it is. We'll zoom over to the laptop. We're actually gonna be testing the Morel amplifier. The what is it called? It is the MPS 1.550.
Yeah.
Now at 13, so we're gonna be doing this a little bit different. Our amp dynos are not going to be 14.4 best case scenario lightning striking these things. These are going to be real world amp dynos. Most manufacturers rate their amplifiers at 14, 14.4. We're going to be running them at 13.4, somewhere between 13.4 to 13.8, which is right where most cars most cars charging systems are at. So
right.
We're not worried about it hitting these crazy numbers. We just want to know, what is my amplifier going to do when it's in my car and my engine is running? That's more the criteria here, more so than rolling the dice to see what does it give me at 14.
Right.
Because the likelihood of your car operating at that, some of the newer cars do. Don't get me wrong. We've tested a couple cars.
And some of the cars, if you add some batteries and all that stuff, you can get into the 14.4, right?
Hold on. Romania in the house. Boom.
Thanks for watching.
But yes.
But other than that, like, for example, in my car, personal car,
yes.
I don't run in 14.4.
It'll never be 14.4.
I don't have 14.4.
Yeah.
So
the idea is, there again, back to the laptop real quick. Best case scenario on this at 14 volts is what they rate their amplifiers is 550 watts. So if we get anywhere near that number, I consider this a success.
Yep. 12 volt, 13.8, that's right.
Phoenix, Arizona. Hey, that's where Morel is, actually. They're over there in Arizona. It's going to amplify, hopefully.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. 12 to 13.8. It's what we're shooting for. We're going to have some fun with it. That's the plan we have for our amp dyno. We also obviously are going to do a bunch of different amplifiers and with Derek and all. And Rob,
I was shooting for like 10 volts.
10 volts.
You know?
Well, not yet, but we'll get there. Yeah, I mean, we could test that. I don't see why not. I mean, THX, I mean, those are like 2 watts, right? That DAC amp's like 2 watts, maybe 4 watts for, I mean, really 5 watts for a headphone is pretty insane. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
Do we have the camera set up?
We have the
camera
camera set up.
Let's see if
so
it works.
You can go right there. Look at that.
Look at that.
I set it up just to You see the Morel.
I know, but we can't really see the. All right, so we can kind of see what's going on there. All right, let's. I'm gonna turn on that microphone and turn off this microphone.
All right.
So hopefully you guys can hear us just fine over here. Let us know how we sound in the comments. I'll turn around and check. All right, so we're set up to do a Uncertified. We're gonna reset this. All right, so we're all set up, and you know what? I'm just gonna go back because I want to go back, and we're gonna exit. All right, we're gonna exit out of here. Select exit. All right, so we have certified, uncertified, and dynamic power. Ooh, look at he zoomed right in. We'll go first with certified. Select enter. We're gonna select mono. Yep. Next, and then the load is a 2 ohm load. We'll select enter.
Correct.
And we want to do track 4 and restart it. Select pause. Start dyno. Play song, stand back, and watch and see what it does. Now, the song actually, the track actually has an amount of song on it, and then once that stops, or the dyno stops first, and then the song stops. So what we have is 486 certified, 1% distortion. That's not bad.
No, it's not bad. We're at
13.6. All right.
Yeah.
That was like a. All right, so let's get out of here, and we'll exit back out. Enter. We'll come down, and we'll do an uncertified. This is going to be the full boat, the full show, the crazy, like, yeah, give me that, jumpers in. We'll go to 2 ohm, select enter, restart our track, plus pause, start dyno, press play. Here we go.
Start dyno.
Dyno's running. Here comes. Ooh.
Whoa.
A little bit more. Give it to me. Oh, 547 at 13.62 2 ohms. That's really pretty awesome. All right, so we'll pause this, start that over, press pause, and we'll go back.
Yeah.
Get back, and we'll exit out of here, and we'll do the last test, which is dynamic power. Dynamic power is made to replicate it's a pulse, so it's more like true to listening to music as opposed to just a resistive load. All right, next. And then 2 ohm, enter. All right, now we want to play track 1. We'll go back to track 1, press pause, start dyno, press play. Here we go. Now this is just going to start pulsing the power. You see the power change a little bit. Ooh, there we go. A little bit more. You can't see the light.
548. Yeah.
Right,
no, so, you see it.
So there we go. 548. All right. Let's come back over to here. Turn this on. Turn that off. And there you go, guys. 548 watts at 13.6 volts. That's not bad. That's 2 watts under what it's supposed to put out. So I mean, at 14 volts. So I'm to assume if we had the 14 volts, we'd get even more. We'd be above the 550. Correct. So for those of you counting at home,
somebody said
I'm gonna turn this off.
Yeah, and I mean, I would love to see these at 4 ohm also, and we're going to.
At 4 ohms, it's supposed to do 350 watts, so we can assume it's probably going to be right there.
Yeah.
But this is an extremely high-end, affordable amplifier.
Correct.
And it's 550 watts at 2 ohms, so not bad. We just wanted to have some fun. We got the new toy. We wanted to be able to... First thing we wanted to do is just test to see how it works live, how easy that would be, because naturally... Once the world goes back to normal and we start to have guests on the show, we may have to do some live amp dynos, so we wanted to see how hard it was to set up and do that kind of thing.
Just pan this one just so they can see. So this one was the amplifier right there.
Say that again.
This one is the amplifier that we just test. MPS 1.550. Very nice. There you go.
All right. Not feeling it. What aren't you feeling? This is more...
What happened?
I don't know, apparently RX Boom.
This
is more Williston content? No, not at all. It's just something that we got and we can do. Now we've done it and we can move on to do something else.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to make it an amp dyno channel. Are you kidding me? That's really not the thing. It's just people are interested in it. We can do it. It's done.
Why not?
Why not? Have some fun, man. Lighten up. Good God.
Yeah.
All right. What do you got?
All right. Hang on. Let me go to the back of the weight.
Zoom
Let's
out just a little
see.
bit. So we have some room to move. Best three-way set for $1,000 running active. Ooh. I mean, for $1,000, you can get into quite a few for sure. There again, it's a tough row to hoe trying to tell you what you should buy and what's going to be the best for $1,000. Obviously, you could hop on to any online site and type in, you know, three-way set and below $1,000. Really, what you should ask yourself is, what kind of tweeter do you like? That's the best place to start. What kind of tweeter do you like? Do you like a hard dome tweeter, or do you like a soft dome tweeter? Because that's going to be your real difference, and everything from there is going to kind of trickle down. So if you like very bright, very sharp, very tinty sound, then a metal hard dome tweeter might be the way to go. If you like something that is a little more softer than that, then a silk dome tweeter would be the way to go. Both of them will be very loud. The loudness will not change. It's just the characteristics of the tweeter.
Yeah.
So at that price point, there are manufacturers on both sides that will make that. So, I mean, you can get into a set of Morel Virtus. You can get into probably a set of the Focal Access. I don't know. Yeah. Oh. Oh, I'm just kidding. RX Boomer. I was just playing along. I was just playing along, man.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I was just Saturday, bro. We know it's all lightweight. We all know. I was just playing with you. I figured that's what we were gonna do. I know everyone loves amp dynos. You kidding me? We could probably do the whole show going through the stockroom there and just like, do that amp. Now do that one, and we'd all be like, yeah. Oh, that one didn't do it. Oh, that one did. We'd have a blast. One day we might, but you know, why would we want to do that and ruin all the good content? I don't even got $300. I'm too busy buying. I don't even understand the coin thing. Best DSP on the market. Wow, that's a hell of a question there. All right, you guys love asking what is the best of the best. What is the best? Okay. Let's all be realistic about when we ask the question, what is the best? Let's fix the table, because that's going to irritate me. Okay, there we go. When you're, first off, let's say what is the best for you. All right, that's the most important thing. So we all live in different worlds. Meaning some guy drives a Ferrari, and another guy drives a Kia, and somebody drives a Cadillac. So we all live in different worlds. Though some of us, Ingram, you know, the Venn diagram of life, where you put your priorities, yes, you could drive a Kia 100% and have a $2,000 DSP, and it makes sense in your world. I'm not here to judge. What I'm getting at is, when you ask what is the best, it's not really a good question to ask, because maybe something like, this is what I'm planning on doing, what features should I be looking for? That's the better question, because, you know, when you look at every brand out there that makes a DSP, you look at Audison, you look at Helix, you look at Focal, you look at Moscone, Gladen, okay, and dozens of others that I haven't mentioned. They all make high-end stuff, and they all make flagship products. Even Alpine makes a flagship 12-channel DSP that's like awesome.
Okay, now that you talk about 12-channel, for example, I would love to own an Ultra Helix DSP, the 12-channel, or any, but it's not gonna work for me because I only have 6 channels.
Yeah, you only need 6.
You know,
so
I only 6 channels.
The mini DSP works perfect.
That's perfect for me. So, you know, see how many channels you need, see what actually you're trying to do.
I love 25 hertz.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You're on point every time, man.
Hey, man.
Like, damn.
I like it.
He's on point.
Yeah. And
best is subjective. And best is subjective. What's best for me isn't necessarily best for you.
Yeah.
You know? Like, that's just life.
Oh,
but
Haley.
with that, Haley's up. Oh, there we go. Oh, what are we doing?
Oh, I'm just gonna get my bigger bottle off.
Oh, your bigger bottle of Coca-Cola? Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. That's 2 in one day, man. Who makes the best camera? Oh, that one's easy. That's Canon. Duh.
Not really.
that's the easy one. Because I have no stake in the game anyway, and I own Canon, so they have to be the best. But anyways, really, let's get back to the DSP for just a minute. Features are what you should be asking. Like, first off, how many channels? The most important features on the DSP are how many channels do I need, and will this DSP allow me to do that? Hey, from Cali.
What's up?
So, if, like Fernando just said, in his system, he really only needs a 6-channel DSP. Buy the best 6-channel DSP you can get your hands on. Or, he really wants the bigger DSP. Is he planning on changing his system anytime soon? Maybe adding rear speakers or a center channel or something else where he's going to grow beyond that. All right, well then maybe it makes sense, instead of buying the smallest, best DSP or the one that he really likes or that he can go up to the next bigger DSP in the line, so that he's thinking for the future. So, like, you may only need an audio control DM608, but jumping up to the DM810, if you're planning on adding more things, might make more sense. But if you're never planning on doing that, planning for, no, it doesn't make any sense. There's plenty of systems, most systems we design are a turnkey system, meaning it's like, turn it on, you're done. That's it. That's all you got to do. There's nothing else we're adding to it. We took everything into account, and then you just rocked on. So figure out how many channels you need. Input and output. That's important, because sometimes you need 8 channels of input, even though you only need, 6 channels of output.
Yeah.
And you're, wait, what? Why? Well, let's say you just doing front rear sub, but you have tweeter, mid bass, rear sub that you're going to blend together. So in which case you need 8 channels of input, so you need a bigger DSP. As far as features in the DSP are concerned, a lot of DSPs, to be a DSP, have the 4 main core features, which are independent level control, independent equalization, time alignment, and a full crossover suite. To be a DSP, you really have to have that. Okay, I think we've hammered that one into the ground.
Really? You think so?
I think Haley's just taking over the show. Why don't we all just sit back and y'all can chat with her. And if you aren't familiar with Haley, check out The Boring Life of Dean and Haley on YouTube here, and the show went up today, so Saturday's the day we released the show. So went to Trader Joe's.
Ben.
Go. Yes.
Ben, thank you so much for the 20, man. I'm so sorry, and it is really hard to get on hold with Paul. It's just keep calling, bro. Keep calling.
This week was really stressful for him.
Yeah, it's been crazy, but. Thank you for the support.
Always.
All right, I'm running an active 2-way total cost, juice, and speakers is $70. Sounds better than my body spare audio 6.5 components. They spend $375 on all about imaging, soundproofing, proper tuning. Okay.
All right, so. This is an interesting question. This is something we ran into this week. This week we had the pleasure of trying out a new set of speakers.
Yeah.
And specifically in an F-150, which of course we do quite a few of. But we've been waiting to hear the new Power Bass Perfect Fit F-150 speakers. Because seeing how we do a lot of F-150s, not everyone is down for buying an expensive set of, let's say, Focal plug-and-plays, or Morels, or all those other things. So having a system at every price point, it makes a lot of sense. So in comparison, these speakers were about half the price of the Focals. So we wanted to hear them. We designed a system for this gentleman that used a much smaller budget than we would normally put into an F-150. It involved replacing his radio, because he had the small 4.3-inch radio that absolutely sucks.
Right.
With a newer CarPlay radio to get him updated with some new features. Small 5-channel Kenwood amplifier in the back. A subwoofer underneath the back seat, as well as these new Power Bass plug-and-play Ford speakers. And was dying to hear it, because man, I really want to hear these. I want to hear how they sound. We've had great results with their products in the past. And there again, we sat in the car, we listened to it, and it sounded great. Okay, it sounded wonderful. Now, earlier in the week, we had done a vehicle that had a full cal system in it, I think. Morel. I don't know. Yeah,
full cal.
And it was not even comparable.
Right.
Like 100% louder, way more range, but for the amount of money that we put into this, holy crap, you sat in the car, it played every song, it sounded great, it was musical, it had imaging, it had depth, and it was half the price. And it was like, damn, like, these are nice, okay?
Yeah. Now, keep in mind, they are not full cals.
No, there's
so
gonna
it's
be
just
a sound
for the
difference.
price. Like,
Now,
because somebody say, hang on, somebody say, all right, so what are your thoughts on the full cal plug and play components?
way better.
Like for my Camry and all that stuff. So
it's a better speaker. However, they're again double the price. So, you know, if we're not everyone wants to spend $700 on a full set of replacement speakers. This is like, they're again half the price, like $350.
right.
But back to what he was asking, you know, I have this cheaper pair of speakers and I like the way they sound. Okay.
Well, I mean,
but okay, let me finish. I was getting there. I'm getting there, man. I'm getting there. My point is, the other gentleman may not have his speakers set up for what they are. Okay, so the idea behind these speakers is that we can easily put them into a car. We don't have to do fast rings because they're plug and plays, which means they're made to meet up with the door panel. We didn't do any roadkill or sound treatment because, there again, the budget wasn't there.
Right.
Okay, so there was some buzzing. The doors were, okay. But the overall sound of the speaker was good. We gave it 70 watts.
Yeah.
We didn't give it 120 watts like we would give a set of, you know, the better ones.
Right.
So when you play a nice set of speakers in the right environment, they are going to perform the best that they can. If you put a speaker in the wrong environment, just because it's expensive, don't think for a minute it's going to sound good.
Yeah.
Okay? You could take a pair of flats, throw them in a door, and put 50 watts to them, and be really disappointed with those speakers. Like, why does everyone say these things are great? Okay? Because they're not going to be.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
You have to put the effort in to make. The more expensive the speaker, the more effort it takes to make them sound good.
Oh, totally.
All right?
Yeah.
It's counterproductive.
And it's probably the reason
counterintuitive, I
why
should say.
the inexpensive speaker sounds good right now, because he put sound treatment, he put all that stuff. So you give them everything these speakers can do for the better sound.
Yes.
The older guy, of course, he spent $350, and that's probably the budget that he had. Later on the road, he can add some sound treatment, fast rings, and hook it up to the DSP and everything, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna sound really nice, of course, with a proper tune. Awesome, you know.
Fosgate, hands
Fosgate.
down. Not even a fair question to ask.
I'm Team Canelo, bro. 25.
Oh, for the fight?
Oh yeah, Team Canelo, brother.
It's lagging. Is the system lagging? We're lagging? I hope not.
You're lagging.
Ah.
Yeah. No. I have it right here.
Yeah,
you know?
it's good to you.
I'm watching you. Watching you, watching me.
You guys should do product reviews in certain price categories. So here's the thing with that. I don't like talking about price. This is about the farthest we've ever gone into price.
Oh, yes.
Because price is what it is. I don't really care about the price so much, in the fact that if it's a good product, I want to talk about it being a good product. Those price points on those speakers, like I said, this is the most we've ever talked about price point. It's a good product at a fair price, and it sounded really good. And that's what I was hoping for. It was more of a selfish thing than anything. I could have just said we went with the power base, Ford speakers, and they sounded wonderful. But
Totally.
the point of the conversation was his cheaper speakers sounded better than this guy's expensive speakers. And I kind of just wanted to elaborate on that one a little bit.
UK.
Will the Boss 12-inch speaker sound system in 2020 Civic or Flash be any good for my stock? Might trade 2021 touring, late lease. I'm the person in Canada with, okay, Bose 12 speakers. I have not heard that yet, man.
12 speakers.
Ooh, wow.
Wow.
We're having a hard enough time on the 2021. I mean, let's be honest.
Slow down.
Stop jumping the gun, man.
Yeah, no kidding. It's like, wow.
Hey? No.
Why not? All right. If you have a Kicker CXA 800.1, what subwoofer will you put in there?
I have an 800.1,
kicker.
12.
Mm-hmm.
I would do a Q class. What did we
Q
do? We
class.
just did that this week. What did we put that on?
The 800.1?
Yeah, we just literally did that this week.
212s.
Did we do it on 212?
212.
What car was that? That was the Tacoma, or the Tundra. No, it was the Tacoma, the little Tacoma. We put the amp underneath the seat, right? Yeah. It was the Tacoma.
Yeah.
We put 2 Comp R10s on it.
2 Comp R10s.
Yeah,
I mean, if you have like a shallow...
800 watts.
Yeah.
I don't think it's enough power for a Q class.
No, it definitely is not enough.
No, you'd have to go
power
up
for
to
a
the
Q
bigger.
class.
So, I mean, if you want to go kicker, obviously...
Comp RTs?
No, the Comp R. I mean, just a Comp R. The red slash would be perfect.
I'm
on
sorry,
those.
yes, the Comp
Yeah.
Rs. Well, I mean, if you have a car, if you have a truck, the Comp
the Comp
RTs.
RTs. Yeah,
So,
two
all right.
10s or 12s. Would be
220,
nice.
221, whatever it takes.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, it's 800 watts, and it's exactly like we dynoed that when we were at Kicker. It's 800 watts, so whatever you want that'll peak power of 800 watts, because it's a lot of stuff.
Speaking of the DSP, how is the JBL DSP?
Man, it is
saw
doing
you set
great.
up.
It is doing great right there
It's
on that
awesome.
wall,
It's
man.
awesome,
It's
man.
doing awesome. Man, trust me.
We need more time.
It's the song and dance of More Time is just killing us. It's not. Are you a couple? Yes,
Yeah,
we're
why
a
not?
couple. Our
You know?
families all love each other.
Yeah, you know. What's the DSP have what DSP have parametric EQ?
Alpine, JL,
DSR1,
the DSR1. Give me a second.
ARC Audio.
Yes.
Helix.
Audison,
Yeah.
Helix.
Uh-huh.
I think it's an easier question to ask ones just have graphic. That'd be
Right.
yeah.
Because graphic
Audio
is audio control. I think the Tweak has
Some of them
graphic
have options.
and-
Some of them have options for graphic or parametric.
yeah.
Most of the time when you find a parametric EQ though, it's going to be fewer bands, which is not the problem. That's actually the easy thing. But most of the time they're between 10 and 15 bands for parametric because you can just shift and pick whichever frequency you want to the left and right. So for those of you that are going, oh my God, what is a parametric EQ? Let me see if I have this here. Hold on.
Do you reply this Fusion with 8-inch screen?
No.
All right, so I don't know what year is the Fusion. It's a Fusion with the 8-inch Sony screen. I have a Zen A to B in between the head unit and the amplifiers. Trying to figure it out the best way to use the DD1 Plus to find max on clipping volume of said head unit. Any suggestions? I think we already went to Instagram, right?
Sure.
Try to. Yes, I think so. So, I mean, you don't need a DD1 because the A to B is gonna give you clean signal.
Well, you could use the DD1 after the amplifier. So
You have a DSP?
Do they have a DSP?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
they have a DSP?
Yeah, like I don't see the need for it.
Well, so the big problem that most people have is
Uh-huh.
that they're always trying to overdrive their DSP systems to the limit.
Mhm.
And reality is that you should just kind of back it down and not.
Okay, no, I'm sorry, my bad. No, he doesn't have a DSP.
So if he doesn't have a DSP,
I
he's got
can
an
see
A to
that,
B.
yes.
Then if you're worried about if you're going for maximum volume, radio A to B, out of the A to B into the preamp out into the amplifier,
Yeah.
DD1 on the outside of the
Yeah,
amplifier, play your test tracks without speakers connected, turn your gain up, and there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, totally. I agree.
you could do that.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, so real quick, let's head over to the laptop. We got the. Hang on, let me hold on one second. Let me get rid of this because we don't need this on air while we're doing that. Okay, so let's go back here.
Yeah.
Laptop. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna move this over here to the bottom corner. This is a parametric EQ on the JL audio, and what you're looking at is this frequency here. All right, if you'll notice, I can slide this wherever I want. And that's preset number 4 over there. So for example, if I have a problem Right now it's at 327, and I can move it over here to, I mean, I could put it here if I wanted, it'll just renumber it. All right, and I can come up. If you'll notice, the up is not as important as the down, because most of the time you're going to be pulling things down. So you actually want more down time than you do up time. Now if we come over here where it says Q, all right, if you'll notice that is less Q. So that means it's only going to influence a small group of numbers. So if you'll notice, like here and here, so if you're having a problem that is very specific, like a chime or just some reflection or just some obnoxious sound, reducing the Q will allow you to fix that. And then if you just have a big problem, like a lot of frequencies that are messed up, oh, hold on, let me go to this one. Oh, you can come in and you can make it a much wider Q. All right, that's a really wide Q there, but if you're having, let's say, an issue in some mid-range or the tweeter and you just want to, you can come in and with one move you can fix a whole big problem. So if you look at that, that is fixing between, that is adjusting between 2,000 hertz to 8,000 hertz. So we can pull down that whole thing if we want. And of course you can manually come in here and adjust it. So having adjustable Q and frequency is what makes the parametric different than just a standard graphic EQ. A graphic EQ is going to give you all the bands, so you're going to have to do more adjustments to pull down because it's a fixed Q. You're just going to go like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So, okay, hope that helped just a tad. Don't say JL, go away. Close JL.
All right.
Don't say it. All right.
Don't say it.
Sorry. Back at it.
All right. Yeah, Kicker need to label their subs with stitching. I know, man. They have so many.
Well, we had a cheat sheet here forever. I don't know where it went because I can't keep track of all the
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, totally. All right. Hey guys, it is possible to undo factory all-pass filters when doing a factory upgrade and keeping the OEM radio and the amplifier.
That's a big no right now.
No.
All right. But let me explain. Well, let me go through it all. Let me just run through it. If you're doing a product such as like one of these, like an Amp Pro, or an AR, or a Zen A to B like we were talking about earlier, or a Mobridge, or any one of those products. Yeah. These products are all designed to go between the radio and the amplifier, and what they do is they remove everything. So they do away with the EQ, they do away with the all-pass filters, the fake engine noise. Most of the time they will eliminate everything. If you saw the video we just put out yesterday and the length, the whole video, we kind of go through a lot of showing these things, and we were doing the new Sub Pro. Now, if you don't have one of these available to you, well then you need a DSP that has all pass filters built into it. One of the nice features of the Kicker key lock is that it can take that signal coming into it, both left and right, and when it's looking, it'll say, ah, there's an all-pass filter here on this side. Do you want me to eliminate it? By eliminating it, you're not actually removing it. What you're doing is you're applying the same all-pass filter to the passenger side. I'm sorry, to the driver's side. So you now have both all-pass filters, and when it inverts, it's not causing the problem, because you know the all-pass filter will invert in this, and that's what does when it hits that frequency, it inverts. And that causes the reaction of like, oh wow, hey, imaging. So the Kicker key will, when it inverts, it'll invert this channel too. So you constantly have a mirrored image of them, and that is an easy way to bypass the all-pass filters because it'll do it for you. The other way to do it is to buy a bigger, expensive DSP, figure out where your all-pass filter is at, and then you program in your all-pass filter bypass. The thing you have to keep in mind about all-pass filters is it's doing some of the work for you. Right. All right? Depending on how insane you want to get with your stereo system, there might not be a reason to do away with it, especially if you're going active. This is one of those situations where active becomes very helpful. If you know where your all-pass filter is, Okay, so for the best example of this, we did the Subaru not too long ago, which you can find the video up on. That's a 5 minutes with 5-star video.
Right.
We had up, and we showed you where the all-pass filter was, and it was only in the mid-range. So when we went active, the all-pass filter was only in the mid-range. It wasn't in the tweeter. So we time-aligned our tweeters. We let the all-pass filter work for the mid-range, meaning we added the same delay because we were going with the Prima. It wasn't capable of doing an inverted all-pass filter for the other channel. So we added the same exact delay to those to mimic the front. So we knew how far this speaker had to be, and we applied that to both of the mid-range. And then the rear had one too, so we just left that alone. Added in our subwoofer, and it time aligned wonderful, and it sounded great. The imaged perfect. If we were doing, if we were going to be going passive, well, we wouldn't have time aligned it at all. We just EQ'd it, let the all-pass filter do its thing, just like it's doing for the factory. It sounded like it had a good imaging from the factory. There was no reason for us to change it. They did a pretty damn good job on it. We just EQ'd it a little bit. We would just EQ it a little bit at that point to compensate for the fact that we have different speakers and we can play lower frequencies than the factory ones could, or more frequencies than the factories could. So we would do that. So it's not something you have to be scared of. It's just if you know it's there and you can work with it, or if you want to work around it, there's tools to do that.
All right. Doubles, thank you for the 10, man. Shop near me put a system on my car. 2 amplifiers, components in the front, coaxials in the rears, and 2 subs. It's a 2020 Silverado, but they use an LC2i Pro instead of the GM Amp Pro. That I'm going to lose, or that I'm going to experience loss of sound quality. Did they make an Amp Pro for the 2020?
2020, no.
I don't think it's.
They don't make one for a 2020.
Yeah,
it's 2019 and back.
2019, I think.
So
yeah.
No, the LC2i Pro would be fine. You're not losing anything yet. There isn't anything available for that one that uses the new AVB, but only in the Bose system. So if you just have the base model system in that, that's fine. The only thing, by using just a 2-channel, if there was any information coming over the rear channels that you might be losing, then that would suck. But other than that, no, you're good.
All right, Christian, thank you for the $10, man. Just installed the Kenwood KMM 32-bit and a set of 5x7s in the front, only on the Ranger. But I'm looking for a 4-channel amplifier to power those of a Memphis Mojo 8-inch subwoofer. Install a Kenwood K. What's the KMM32?
That's a radio.
Okay.
That's the Marine.
Okay. And a set of 5x7s.
So you're just
looking for a 4-channel amplifier. That Kenwood makes the
Kevin makes a 4-channel.
Small
4-channel.
Yep.
It really, when it comes to that, it comes down to room. The only thing we've put in the Ranger so far is a kicker key, because we hit it in the car.
I mean, that's not bad. A kicker key.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah.
We just did a kicker key because we could hide it.
Yeah.
And that was what we really needed to.
All right, Matt. Thank you for the 5, man. So have you heard of work with the Helix C4 amplifier?
Those are the new ones that Jeff just got.
Yeah. I'm considering buying one and wonder if they are worth the money.
So to answer that question, Jeff Smith is switching out all his amplifiers to those, and he brought one up last Saturday, and we got to play with it, touch it, feel it, and turn it on and off, and watch the LEDs do their thing. We took the whole thing apart because he was nice enough to let us do that. Very impressive amplifier. There's no doubt about it. It is big, but super thin.
Super thin.
If you're interested in them, reach out to Jeff Smith. You guys can find him. Of course, he's on Instagram. He's on Facebook.
Yeah.
And see what he says. I mean, if you want to,
he's probably like, stop saying my name.
Everybody's also, if you really want to buy him, he can sell them to you because he's an authorized reseller. Just saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So he can sell them to you if you're interested. All right. Hold on. There was something here that I missed. I can't find it. All right. Ask me another question.
All right. I own a Civic without the premium sound system. How is the head unit signal? Do they do any tricky factory time alignment or all pass filters like the Torrent? To just install a DM608 with a 5-channel amplifier.
Yeah, if it's just a 4-channel system, the base model 4-channel system, a 608 with a 4-channel, or just do the LC8i. I'm sorry, the D4.800. I don't know why I said that. Just do the D4.800 and call it a day. Or if you want to, do the new D51300.
1300, that would
5-channel will fit up underneath the passenger seat right there, or put it in the back, wherever you want to put it. But yeah, no, if it's just a base model 4-channel, you're all set. You're good. You'll be fine. I mean, it's got an EQ to it and all that, but it's not a big deal.
How do I learn how to install systems like you guys? Do I need to go to a special type of school, or do you hire apprentices?
Knowing the hire apprentices, there are some schools that are available to you. When it came time to learn how to do car audio, it was a hobby, and a lot of the guys, it's a hobby. Watching the channel, the install diaries is, from what people tell us, a great way to learn how to do installations, which was kind of the idea behind it.
It's funny because this gentleman came today from New York and visited, and it's like, dude, man, I watch you guys all the time. Another gentleman that was in the store that I went to grab something, and he's like, I moved from Ohio, something like that, and no, Colorado, and he's like, I watch you, and you guys do cool work, and I learned a lot, so, yeah.
Yeah. All right, hang on a second. Why did that do that?
What?
It got really big.
All right, so another one.
Bites dust?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to...
Jeff still working on the business?
Jeff is nothing but business. He's on a plane, or he flew out yesterday.
Oh, really? But
Isn't
he's
it?
not, right?
He's doing something in Illinois or some sound show or some stuff like this. All right, so the question is about the DM608 subwoofers on 3 and 4. All right, so this is a DM608. All right, hold on. Let me zoom over here to the laptop. So this is the software for the DM608. Even though it says 810, that's just when you run it in simulation mode. Inputs, this is where the 608 gets a little bit different. If you're running 4 channels of input, so I would run the front to 1 and 2, naturally. Oh, I forgot the T. The rear would be 5 and 6. I'm adding E's. All right. The rear would be 5 and 6. If there's some form of a subwoofer, I would just put it on 3. Especially if it's an aftermarket radio, you don't have to run both RCAs, because most head units, the subwoofer is a mono output anyways, even though they give you 2. Alpine has pretty much solved that by just giving you 2 white ones, because it's like, it's mono, dude. We're just putting it on there to make your life easier. You don't have to use a Y jack. If you are particular, you can run it into 3, 1 into 3, 1 into 4. Before was kind of reserved for a 4 was kind of reserved for like a center channel input. So you can do like front, rear, sub, center. And then if you come over to your outputs, 1 and 2 would be front, 3 and 4, let's say be front tweeter. So you got tweeter, mid, rear. 7 and 8, 7 or 8 would be subwoofer or center channel. If you're trying to not use them, you could use 5 and 6 as subwoofer. Like if you just have the RCAs and you just want to make everything feel good, yes, you could do front, rear, sub on this if you wanted. But don't use 3 and 4 for rear input. Use 5 and 6. All right.
All right. Any way to use a low-level input to drive an LCQ1? And will there be assigned to noise?
Yeah, no. That's
Benefits. Thanks for all the knowledge.
The LCQ1 will not. You can't. It's got to be high level. There's no line level input on that.
No. Yeah, it's basically high level to low level. Yeah.
So, but okay. So there is a product that's very similar to that. If you're trying to like go with, hold on. If you're trying to keep it simple, you don't want to go crazy. You don't want to do all the time alignment stuff, but you want to have an EQ. All right, hang on. I have just the product for you.
I think it's in factory system upgrade.
No, it's not. It's right here. I've spent enough time on their website. I got this, bro.
Okay.
So they make this, the DQ-DX. The DQ-DX is an LCQ1. It does have basic manual time alignment, so that you can actually just add like clicks of milliseconds of adjustment if you want. You don't have to. It does have two extra bands for the subwoofer on the on the subwoofer. You have input gain, output gain. It's full RCA. It's made to be that manual EQ or with small DSP functionality. Really nice piece. I would, if you like the LCQ1 idea, this would be what you'd want to pick up.
So, but what does that mean?
What do you mean?
Any way to use low-level inputs to drive the LCQ1?
No, you can't. That's
okay.
That's a no.
So, and that one?
That one is low-level input.
Okay.
That's why I suggested it, because you can use RCA inputs.
Okay.
LCQ1 is only high-level input.
Perfect.
So they did not make it to handle anything other than high-level input.
Awesome.
So it's a factory upgrade.
All right, serious question.
Yes.
It doesn't make you happy that you don't have to do Christian's car? I mean, and he learned from the videos.
No, I didn't mind. I mean, it's just another car. I mean, I don't care who owns it. I mean, I feel like we pretty much do it anyways because he comes up here all the time and asks us questions and shows us what he's done. So, and he texts me like every other picture of everything he's done. So
yeah.
I feel like I'm doing it. It's okay. I don't mind. It's all right,
okay.
Christian. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Okay.
Have you guys ever used 1/4-inch PDFE under the hood for a fuse holder or just ABS? 100% just ABS, man. We've used some of the stuff to test out underneath hoods, that we had controlled environments on, and there's no freaking way. It is ABS or nothing. That's what the factory uses, so, kind of go with them.
Ooh, man. What is the distortion level on the Alpine ILX 650?
Ooh, all right. So that's a wonderful question if you're an ILX user, because it really varies in what you're putting it in. One of the problems with the ILX W650 is it has a really hot output on that line level output side, the high level output side. The amplified output is like super loud. If you put it into a system like we just did one in the Commander that has the amplified system built into it, it's like at volume 4, you're getting launched out of the car. One of the features that Alpine put into that radio to alleviate this nightmare that they've created in that gain stage, in that wattage output stage, is if you go to the crossover section, there is a level control for front, rear, and sub. Most of the time when we're putting it in a car, we're turning that down some. Actually every time we put in something, we're turning it down. In this case, it goes down to -12. In order for it to function normally in this car, we had to set it to -9 so that you had a good range on the volume control, and it still would get too loud, and that way you would know not to blow your speakers and play it all the way up. But as far as when it distorts and all that, we've never actually tested it, but I'm pretty sure it does it pretty quick on that side. As far as the RCAs go, they're perfectly normal. It's like a small whatever voltage output. There's really, it's like 2 or 3 from the top as far as that goes.
Somebody say if we have a install system, like a full install on a Camry 2018 and up, isn't that what we did with the two?
I don't know if we filmed it.
Oh, really?
We've done a lot of cars.
Yeah.
The Avalon is coming up, though. We're going to start that next week.
Okay.
So that's about the closest we get to a camera. I did watch Bad Batch yesterday, 1 and 2, and I enjoyed it. I'm hoping it picks up the pace and actually does something here soon. I like the fact that they're an hour long, but I was still kind of like, gonna do anything? Like, the first episode was cool. The second episode was like, whatever. But it was still exciting to watch. I got to use nice thick ABS under the hood. It gets hot and ABS will bend. So everything underneath your hood that's made out of plastic is made out of ABS, okay? And it does not have to be thick. We use 1/4-inch because we like to prepare for it. ABS takes a shit ton of heat to bend. A lot. Trust me, we bend it all the time. We know how hot it has to get. So you'd be surprised. You can do a lot with it. But yes, you do need to use it. Most of the factory stuff underneath your car, though, is 1/8 inch. But I would never use 1/8 inch. I would go right to 1/4 inch.
All right. I have a 2013 F-150 STX with the bass stereo. Can I use the main microphone on my headliner, or do I need to use the aftermarket microphone that came with my head unit?
You have to use the aftermarket microphone that came with your aftermarket head unit. The factory microphone was not compatible with the aftermarket radio. Reasons why. Let's say Alpine, Kenwood, Pioneer, Sony, whoever, JVC, they all tune their radios, Bluetooth systems, to be working with their microphone. So that's it. Plus, a lot of the times the factory just does different things. They have different wiring. That's not to prohibit you from using the location, though. There's no one saying you can't use locations. A lot of times what we'll do in specific vehicles where the microphone is in a very unique spot, like a Jeep, where it needs to be moved forward and over and up, and it works best in that factory spot. We know this. We will pull out the factory microphone and we will move our aftermarket microphone into that same location. And it sounds wonderful. Just put it in at an angle like this and aim it towards yourself and you're good to go.
All right. All right. Full active with sub, no rears, right? Or full active, no sub with rear channel for a single cab RAM.
Subs. You gotta have subs. There's no world where you don't have a sub. Subs all the way. How often do you go to Hooters? Not very often. I'm not a Hooters guy. I don't like. I like their I mean, we both pretty much agree. Buffalo shrimp is the only reason why you go there.
Hooters?
Yeah. Curly fries and buffalo shrimp.
Curly fries and buffalo shrimp.
Yeah,
Yes, I agree.
That's it.
That's it.
The wings are.
Yeah. Rafael, depende qué aparatos le quieras poner. ¿Me entiendes? A mí, el que tienes, el Twig 80A es fine. Fix, the 2JL amplifiers están bien. No sé qué es lo que quieras o cuál es lo que tú estás pensando para cambiar. So.
Yeah.
Pero déjame saber.
Twin Peaks. Ooh, I did finally go to a Twin Peaks. That was that restaurant I was telling you about in Orlando, where it was cold out and they were all dressed like Canadians, lumberjack Canadians. Yeah, and they were cold.
Twin Peaks, huh?
Yeah, it's two mountain ranges. It's a play on words.
Yeah.
You get it, right? Yeah. Anyways, it's good. The food was good. That was the one that had the TV on the wall. So we just sat there and watched the MMA fighting.
Oh,
that
yeah,
we
that's
always
what you
watched
say,
on
yeah.
the wall. No, that was American Ninja Warrior.
American
We watched
Ninja
the
Warrior.
American Ninja Warrior on that one. No, he doesn't like tots.
No.
He's not a tots guy.
No.
He will go to Chick-fil-A and wait in the drive-thru for a half hour for them to make him, in the breakfast, he'll wait for them to cut their potato fries because he doesn't like their tater tots. So he's that guy that's holding up the line.
Hey man, I'm holding it. Hey, can you cut it? Just.
What's the power of the AC 4.300 and 3-fan amplifier? I don't know. 400 watts for the sub? Ish?
Yeah.
I mean, we've never tested it, so.
Yeah.
Y'all are big. I'm looking for a great 5-channel amp for my 1968 Camaro. I'm looking for JL Audio HD900. Any options on the JL other better 5-channel choices? There are tons of better 5-channel choices. Actually, the H900 is probably not going to be your best choice. That's a bit of an older amplifier. I would probably, I'm not a JL expert, but there are plenty of other choices out there for 5-channel amplifiers. One of the nice choices, just to throw out there, if you were looking for something that allows you to not have to have a radio in the dash, you can check out like the Audio Control D5-1300. The D allows you to plug in the AC-BT25, which is the Bluetooth interface for it. So you can literally just launch the app on your phone, use your phone as the main volume control, and or plug in the ARC3 and use that as a system volume control, and just stream from your phone directly to the amplifier with no nothing. And it's a full EQ, full DSP, full everything.
Hey, look at that.
What am I looking at?
It's Marty.
Is it Marty D?
No.
Oh, Marty, Canadian Marty.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah.
Marty, you're called Canadian Marty.
Yeah, because there's another
We don't want to
Marty over
confuse it with
here.
Marty Dean, so
Yeah.
it just gets that. What's going on?
You got a Canadian.
I think we were texting last night. Anyways, all right, guys. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? It's the end of the show. Yeah. Holy cow. We've had a lot of fun today. We got to do an amp dyno on a Morel amplifier, so if you guys are coming late and you missed that, head back to the beginning of the show once it's over and check that out. We did the 1550 and it put out 547 watts at 13.6 volts, which is a real world voltage. Monday, we're going to be back here on Facebook, but Tuesday's the day to mark your calendar. This Tuesday, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, we're going to, 6:30, it's going to be 6:30, not 6. We'll have Seth Hostetter from JVC Kenwood, and we're going to learn everything we could possibly pull out of him about dash cams. Everything we got dash cams, plus not only dash cams, cameras in general, and we have a brand new product introduction, something that nobody knows anything about. We do because they told us, but you don't, and nobody else knows. Like, it's top secret, hush hush, not going to tell anybody, but they're going to tell us about this new product that's coming out, camera related, on Tuesday. So we're going to go and have a great time. We got demos, it's going to be fun. I mean, we're really going to try to push the envelope on this one with all the technology that we have that we can throw at this, so we can get as much information up on the screen and just have a good time. So there'll be some cameras, there's going to be demos, there's going to be videos, we got lots of neat stuff. So definitely tune in Tuesday, 6:30 here on YouTube.
Yep.
So it will be a good time for all to be had. But with that, it's the weekend.
Before we go, all right, for the Lexus ES330, a connector to bypass the amplifier. You gotta check Metra.
I don't think there is.
It's a 2006 Lexus.
Oh, it could just be a
Toyota
bypass 1761
Toyota so check
7712.
Check
like
backaudio.com.
No, Metra on the
Metra.com.
Type in Toyota amplifier.
Any of those, but the easy way is to go to the amplifier, check it out, what kind of connectors, and then you go and search.
Yeah, they're not.
If they match.
You're gonna find something that's gonna have the same plug, but the pin configuration is gonna be wrong. You're gonna have to repin it. It's a Toyota, so even though it's a Lexus, you gotta repin it.
El Fernandez, I'm sorry. The 1057 XR. Any ideas why the Bluetooth cuts out when the car hits a bump?
On the what?
Just on the 1057R. The big screen.
The Bluetooth? I've never used it with Bluetooth.
So
I've never used the Bluetooth.
You know, on Tuesday, I can ask.
We can talk. We won't bring it up on the show.
But but I can ask him
and find out.
Yeah, and
if they've ran into that before.
Right.
Yeah, because he'd be the guy. All right. So with that being said, if you guys are interested in cool 5-star shirts, head over to teespring.com/store/5-star. You can find all the cool T-shirts. Even that's the one you're wearing today, the classic car stereo. That was the first one right there. Also, if you're interested in finding the cool tools that we use to do all our neat installations, you can find them here at dnftooldrawer.com. That's Dean and Fernando's Tool Drawer. Here we list all the nice categories, simple to find, basic, real easy, and of course we also have our cameras there for filming the show if you want to become an aspiring YouTuber or just, hey Dad, I'm riding the bike.
Yeah, thank you, Ben.
Ben is the man. And you guys have been great tonight. We want to thank you so much. Oh yeah, Side Jag comes on. So for those of you guys who didn't watch Side Jag this week, which is over on Side Jag here on YouTube, we had Jeff Smith on this week. We talked about the Britney Spears. This week we're going to be reviewing Tenet. So if you haven't had the pleasure of watching that movie yet, we'll be talking about the movie Tenet. The special guest host will be Mr. Robert Hi-Fi Vega's son. Ooh. So if you'd like to see what is, I'm curious as hell too myself. So make sure to tune in, and that is Thursday night at 9:45. Or for those of you that are going to be watching Reverse Polarity, which is on the Hi-Fi Vega network, we're going to be on 15 minutes after that. So check them out, subscribe, like, share, do everything you do. It's Saturday night. We're all going to go out. We're going to have a good time. Fernando's going to go watch some people beat themselves. Who do you want to win?
Canelo.
Don't care. But yes, thank you. Get your pets spayed and neutered. Uber, Lyft home. Don't
Totally.
drive drunk. Don't be stupid. Phone a friend.
Totally.
You guys know what to do. We got a busy week next week, so we want to see y'all there. You guys have a wonderful weekend.
Bye, guys.
Bye.